Wondering which are the smallest countries in the world? We created a list of the top 10 smallest countries by population for you. The population of the smallest country in the world, Vatican City, is just 801, yet it is a fascinating place to visit with a rich and varied history. 10. Dominica. 10th in our list of the smallest countries in the world by population is Dominica, an island formed by volcanic activity in the eastern Caribbean Sea. Once colonized by Great Britain, it became an independent republic in 1978 and is nicknamed the Nature Isle of the Caribbean. It is easy to see why. Lush and beautiful, Dominica's land is very fertile. While it offers all the typical attractions of golden beaches and world-class diving, it has many interesting geothermal features too. 9. The Marshall Islands. Administered by the United States as part of the Trust Territory of the Pacific Islands until 1986, the Marshall Islands are now a sovereign nation located between Hawaii and the Philippines in the Central Pacific. In addition to being the 9th smallest country in the world by population, they are also one of only 2 countries in the world to be completely made up of low-lying atolls, interspersed by volcanic islands. The Marshall Islands receive very few visitors, so the tourism infrastructure is extremely limited. Even Majuro, the capital, has only 2 hotels. 8. St. Kitts and Nevis. St. Kitts and Nevis is a dual-island nation of the Lesser Antilles, located between the Caribbean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean. Its islands were among the first to be colonized by Europe, although they gained independence in 1983, with Queen Elizabeth II as head of state. The capital is Basse-Terre on St. Kitts, but the islands are only 10 minutes apart by boat, so it is very easy to travel from one to the other. 7. Monaco. The Principality of Monaco, with its casinos and reputation for decadence, is as well known for being a luxurious haunt for the rich and famous as it is for being one of the world's smallest countries by population. Located along the Mediterranean Sea in the resort region of the Côte d'Azur, the French Riviera, Monaco, which covers just 200 acres, is divided into 4 sections known as quartiers. One is the Roc d'Ache, a headland on which the old town sits. But perhaps the most popular is the Monte Carlo Casino District, named in 1866 after Prince Charles III, who was behind its development. 6. Liechtenstein. The 6th smallest country in the world by population is Liechtenstein, which has been an independent state under the rule of the princely House of Liechtenstein since 1719. The only country in the world with its territory 100% in the Alpine region, it is landlocked between Switzerland and Austria. Its largest city is Schaan, and its capital is Vaduz, with a population of just 5,400 residents. 5. San Marino. Not just one of the smallest countries in the world by population, San Marino, located on the slopes of Mount Titano on central Italy's Adriatic side, is also the world's oldest surviving republic. The final remaining echo of Italy's city-state network, is landlocked and surrounded by Italy on all sides. But its citizens are not Italian, they are San Marinese and very proud of their independent country. Both Mount Titano and the center of San Marino were designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2008. 4. Palau. The hundreds of islands that make up the archipelago of Palau in the Western Pacific also form one of the smallest countries by population. Palau is a sovereign state which initially formed part of the Pacific Islands Trust Territory administered by the United States until it became an independent republic in 1994. 3. Tuvalu. Another of the smallest countries by population is the Pacific nation of Tuvalu, located roughly midway between Australia and Hawaii. It is an archipelago, made up of 9 coral islands. Coastal erosion and rising seas have made life difficult for some of them, and most of the population lives on Whangapheo. Tuvalu was once known as the Ellis Islands and was part of the British Gilbert and Ellis Island colony until it gained independence in 1978, although it still has the British monarch as head of state. 2. Nauru. Once named Pleasant Island by the first Europeans to visit it, Nauru is the second of the smallest countries in the world by population. Initially settled by Polynesians and Micronesians over 3,000 years ago, this tropical Pacific island is located 800 miles northeast of the Solomon Islands. It has had a troubled past, annexed and ruled by various countries and occupied by the Japanese during World War II, until it finally gained its independence in 1968. 1. Vatican City. By far the smallest country in the world by population, Vatican City is small in size too, covering just over 100 acres. Its head is the Pope, and it is governed as an absolute monarchy. Completely surrounded by the Italian capital of Rome, it mints its own currency, euros, and issues official documents such as license plates and passports. It also has its own national anthem and flag. Its population is primarily made up of clergy, most of whom are in diplomatic positions around the world and rarely live in Vatican City itself. Do like, share and comment on the video. If you are interested in more of such videos, do subscribe to the channel.